Three, two, one. So it's time for a bit of a break. We've been doing a lot of building over there on the Sheepball Island. So I'm here with Ted Joker, and we're actually going to run through and do a little bit of a keystone. So do you want to introduce yourself, Ted Joker?
Hello, everybody. I am Nate, and this is Nader Games. As he was saying, my in-game name for SkySaga is to Joker. You probably noticed that from my other videos. We're just going to run through some hard dungeons, maybe do possibly a little bit of building with Drac 5290 here. And this might be a long video, this might be a short video, but we will see where it goes, and we're going to have fun doing it.
Absolutely, we will. Okay, so we're going to start off with a dark yellow keystone. So this is the Dark Desert. This will take us directly through to the Corrupted Hive, which is where one of the most impressive bosses in the game is. Well, at least from in my opinion anyway. So we'll see you guys on the other side.
Geronimo! So Drac's probably going to have to walk me through a lot of this. I haven't visited a hive yet myself. Like he was saying, it's one of the harder places in the game. I've got my trusty bow and arrow and one nice sword and one crappy sword, but hopefully I'll get some decent materials and maybe some new swords out of this one here.
Okay, so we've landed and it is the middle of the night, which means there is somebody else here. But it also means that the temperature effect for the desert isn't actually going to affect us, so it's probably best to start looking for all of the other kind of side quests and things that are going to be out and about around here right now.
Sounds good to me.
So there should be two other side quests. That's usually the case anyway. And it looks like the morning is going to come up rather fast.
And like me, I forgot my pumpkins, so I can't negate the heat effect unless I get some cactus.
Yeah, if you hit a cactus with some hatchets, you'll get a lot of cactus drop. So. Wow, this is a popular world today.
I guess so.
Getting a lot of people joining in.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us at least.
Take a quick look at the map. Yeah, haven't actually run across anything yet. That's interesting. Usually, you run around the edge, you'll find the extra things that are on the map.
Now, do we know, since we came in as a party, if it upscales or anything for multiple people?
It doesn't, as far as I know. I mean, I've run with a few different people before, and it never seems to upgrade the difficulty. So, well, not that I've seen anyway.
Alright, I'm
That
not
would be
seeing...
a cool feature to add to the game.
That would be a really great feature, actually.
How are you going on heat, by the way?
I'm a little warm, but it's not hitting the red yet.
Cool. And yeah, I'm not seeing anything either. This is a bit weird. There's usually like two other things around here, so we're just getting a little bit unlucky, I think.
I've got a main structure over here, it looks like.
If it's a structure, then that's what we're after, because the hive itself just looks like a gigantic pile of rocks.
Alright. Come here, liger. Got a quest for you.
Yeah, so the desert is a little blurry in these hard ones, but that's not too bad. So yeah, this is one of the side quests that we've got. Just breaking through the window, not a problem.
Okay, so I'm taking some pretty good damage. I gotta go out and get some cactus.
Okay, sounds good. Gonna raid this thing for loot.
Get in the shade.
Oh, there's a chest in here that will have some cactus in it, if you want to just do it quickly.
I got some cactus, so I am good to go.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, any chest in a desert will have cactus, especially in a dark desert, so...
Perfect. One other thing that I
Yes, this one.
really... Oh, sorry to cut you off there, Drac. One other thing that I really enjoy about this game is that chests are not shared. Each chest is going to have its own instance of loot for everybody in the world, which I think is fantastic.
Oh, it is amazing. It's a change from Alpha 3. In Alpha 3, we didn't have shared chests like that, and it meant that people would run through and steal loot off you, and you'd spend a lot of time like killing bosses or clearing something out, and somebody come through and take all the loot out of all of the chests, which was just really painful.
Oh, absolutely, especially the boss chest.
Might as well say hi to these people. And it looks
And,
like they're really only after the chests.
yep, they wanted nothing to do with us.
Absolutely. But we've got another building over here, so we can take this one on as well. Interesting, I haven't got the name for this yet, and I'm inside it, which is a bit unusual.
No, I don't think I discovered anything with that last building either.
You should be able to see, if you pop up the map, it should say Sandy Villa over the top of the map, like over the top of the building on the map, and
It,
that's when you know you've discovered it.
it does definitely say Sandy Villa.
So there's another chest up here too.
I'm gonna have more arrows than I know what to do with.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to collect a lot of arrows in this game, but then again, with the small amount of damage that they do, it's very easy to use a lot of arrows as well.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Oh, okay, if you come through to where I am, you'll actually get the name of the villa pop up.
On my way.
Sorry, it's a Windy Hideout, this one.
Ah, found the main entrance.
Yeah. Okay, so now we should start looking for the hive itself. Which will probably be somewhere towards the middle of the map. Usually is anyway.
In a perfect world.
In a perfect world, yes. And like I said, it will look like a gigantic rock formation. Okay, so this here is the edge of the world. So we need to go back in this way.
Alright, so where haven't we been? Looks like we haven't been too far west.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, basically just going to be a case of trying to find where we haven't been and cover those areas. It will be around here somewhere. Oh, okay, hang on. I see a bug, which means we're getting close. Oh yeah, here we go. It's over here, where everybody else is gone.
That makes sense.
Because there's other people already in this thing, we might have to wait until they leave to have the queen respawn, because the queen is just something to see. If you haven't fought the queen before, it's quite an experience.
Yeah, and I haven't fought the queen, so it's something I definitely want to see. And also keep in mind, for anyone that hasn't done a boss yet, as far as I understand, there is a 60 block minimum to bosses respawning.
It's actually 50 blocks. It's a little easier than that, and I'm actually going to cover that in a tutorial next week. I'm going to do a huge tutorial on boss farming and how to get all of the loot that they have. So that's definitely going to be part of next week's tutorial.
Fantastic. So you definitely want to keep an eye on Drac's channel to get all those tutorials, which I've actually taken advantage of some myself.
And it looks like we've got lost in this cave. Hang on. Oh no. Down this way. Here we go.
Ah, there we go. Some egg lights.
Yep. The egg light will always show you the way.
Dun dun dun.
Except for when it shows you two ways, like this place. But considering that other people are over here, I think we know where we're going. Yeah, so this is the boss room, and obviously because there are other people, they've taken out the queen, and she's not going to respawn while people are standing in here. But that does mean we can take the loot out of the chests, and then we can get it to respawn simply by walking away and coming back in.
That's assuming that these guys leave as well.
Yeah, well, let's hope they do. I mean, and if they don't, we'll just do a bit of a cut and work something out. Find another queen, maybe.
This is all Earthstone, isn't it?
No, it's all coral stone. It's coral stone and floodstone. So it's the exact stuff you get if you're in a desert biome or a desert home island. And then destroying the eggs will give you lime dye, which is the only place you can get lime dye from.
Well, I'd better take me some then.
Just gonna ask these guys if they are about to move on or not.
So, hey, get out of here! I'm going to step away and go do some mining while we're waiting for her to respawn. It's always good if you're waiting for a boss to respawn. Keep yourself busy. There's plenty of materials to get in these boss caves like this, or just in the world in general, to keep your home world nice and snazzy.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so everybody's out of the boss area. So if we come back and move away from here, we should actually be able to get the queen to respawn pretty easily, I would say. So if you want to come back up where I am, we should actually be able to get this to happen pretty quickly.
On my way.
Okay. And now we just gotta hope that everybody was outside of the distance, and she might have actually respawned. Nope, nothing there.
Not yet. And they're heading back into her room now, so... Also, digging and mining is much faster when you dual wield.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we need to basically get as far away as we can, just so that we know that we're in the, like, out of the distance. Okay. That could have possibly done it. Hang on, I'm just gonna go check. Nope.
Now, since this is a corrupt hive, do we know, is she on a different kind of respawn code?
No. There's no, like, all boss respawning is the same. I have a better idea. I'm gonna dig a tunnel.
I like it.
Can you ask Bear Killer to come down the tunnel with?
Sure. One thing that's not talked about a lot is the different color keystones. Keystones are color-coded for the different kind of biome that you're going to be taken to. Yellow for desert, white for mountain, green for forest.
And unlike the previous alpha, you don't actually need a specific recipe to do each one. There's just a generic recipe that lets you go to the mediums, the darks, and the normals, and then you just throw each different type of keystone at it to make the right keystone to get there.
Absolutely.
Which is a nice change.
But to do the dark, you still need a dark heart, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You need 5 dark hearts, I think, or 3. Something like that. And while Bear remains here, we're not gonna, like, the queen is not gonna respawn. She's just way too close.
Oh, he looks like he's quite far away. Is that him up on the surface?
Yeah, unfortunately, the vertical distance doesn't count. It's only the horizontal distance.
Aha.
Which is one of the traps that a lot of people fall into is they think, oh, I'll just go to the mouth of the adventure, but in the Hive it's very twisting and turning, so you actually end up back on top of the boss, meaning that it doesn't respawn.
Gonna make a two-person tunnel here, so we're not sitting on top of each other the whole time. And plus, I get some stuff from my homeworld in the same time. And that looks like iron next to me. It definitely is. I'm gonna throw a light right there. Oh, and I knocked out my torch in the process.
Okay, this should definitely be far enough away.
Is that
Just come down
sunstone, or
here.
is that sunstone or sky iron right here? Oh, that is
That's,
all
that's
sunstone.
Sunsteel. Yeah,
Sunsteel.
Sunsteel, that's the one. Okay, so we should be good. If he's 50 blocks away, then it will have respawned.
I can
There's
see
no
her
time
already.
limit on it anymore. Awesome. Alright, I'm gonna go back around to the mouth. And there she is. It took a little bit of time, but she has actually respawned. The best thing about the Queen is that she's pretty stationary, which means she dies pretty easily, especially when there are 3 people in the room like this. So that's pretty good. I like her as a boss, actually. She's pretty good. She's got a lot of health, but she's not too bad.
No, she seemed to go pretty easily.
Yeah, I mean, it does help when there are 3 sets of swords slashing at her as well.
Yeah, that definitely speeds up the process.
Absolutely.
Now, I just picked up
Alright,
the Queen's Jewel, so having never been to a Dark Hive, what's that going to do for me?
So the Queen's Jewel is actually a quest item. So there's a weekend vendor that can potentially ask for the Queen's Jewel, the Ever-Living Shard, and the Firewolf, which are different bits and pieces from different bosses. And yeah, so they're basically, it will give you, I think that one is like 5,000 experience for turning in one of those to the weekend quest vendor. So it's very worth having.
Fantastic.
And that is it. That is all there is in a Dark Hive. These things, they can be a little bit challenging. The heat outside will get you if you're not prepared with cactus and pumpkin and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, definitely. And
But
as you
other than
saw
that-
earlier in the video, sorry to cut you off there, Drac. As you saw earlier in the video, I was losing quite a bit of health because I was not paying attention to my heat meter. And the bar got up in the red, I started taking damage, ate some cactus, and did just fine. So it's pretty easy to negate as long as you know what you're looking for.
Oh, absolutely. And then, yeah, this is the boss chamber and the boss area. There are 2 chests in here because there aren't really any other chests anywhere else in the world. So this is probably one of my favorite ones to run through and do, especially if I'm looking for recipes and that type of thing.
In fact, I picked up a recipe for a door.
Very nice. You can build elevators out of that.
But I already know this recipe.
Ah, gotcha. Okay, well I think it's time to head on home then.
Let's do it.
Thanks for coming along. It's been fun.
It has been a blast, and hopefully you'll see a lot more collaborations between me and Drac, or maybe me and someone else in the SkySaga community. It's a pretty close community of YouTubers and content creators and developers that are doing things and helping the developer keep this game fresh and giving the developer ideas. So the possibility for collaboration is huge and really never ending too. It's great.
Yeah, absolutely. Alright, I'll see you on the other side.
on my way. So that was a lot of fun. We did some adventuring with Drac. We checked out one of the harder dungeons in the game, which with 2 people isn't actually that hard. So with more people, it would even be easier yet. But we'll probably be doing more videos with him. I'll put a link to his channel in the description below, and definitely check out his channel. He's got a lot of good tutorials about automatic doors and elevators and things like that. Things that you can do to fool the client in your favor. Isn't necessarily cheating, it's more building to your advantage. So check those videos out. He's a great guy, he's a great collaborator and a great builder. I know I said that I probably wouldn't do any more SkySaga videos, but I had the opportunity to do a collaboration with a great guy like that, so I took it. If I do any more, it'll be more collaborations, more co-op building, co-op dungeons, things like that. So if you want to see more of that, definitely let me know, give me a like, and don't hesitate to subscribe. Definitely going to do more SkySaga if he has the time for it, and definitely more indie horror games, things like that. So I will see you in the future. This is Nader Games.